The 30th of May was a very special day in Derby's railway history. It marked the 175th anniversary since the opening of the railway line between Nottingham and Derby. To mark the occasion, East Midlands Trains laid on a special train. As had happened 175 years ago, passengers were welcomed to the station by a brass band, with station staff in period costume. There is still much in evidence from all that time ago, such as the roundhouse, which is now part of Derby College, and Platform 1, which is still supported on the original stonework. Back when the railway opened, the only way it was recorded was as a newspaper article. This time around there were TV crews and press with digital cameras to record the event. The Mayor of Derby, Mr. Farid Hussain, was greeted by East Midlands Train's Head of Media and Public Affairs, Emma Knight. Whilst the invited guests enjoyed a spot of lunch, there was a photo call for the East Midlands Train staff who were in period costume, including the Managing Director for East Midlands Trains, David Horn. With just about every conceivable photo and interview captured, it was time for speeches and the plaque unveiling.
Okay, good afternoon everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. It was 175 years ago today at just about 12 o'clock when a crowd gathered outside Nottingham station for the opening of the Midland Counties Railway, which on that day opened between Nottingham and Derby. I'm very pleased that today we're welcoming the Mayor of the City of Derby, Councillor Farid Hussain, to join us to unveil a plaque in a minute. And in Nottingham we're going to be joined by the Lord Mayor of Nottingham. Just a bit of background in terms of the Midland Counties Railway. The Act of Parliament to open the railway was passed on the 21st of June 1836, and it was one of 8 railways that actually had parliamentary powers that day. So it gives you an idea of the number of railways that were opening at that time. Construction began almost immediately, and the shareholders of the railway included the Prime Minister at the time, Viscount Melbourne. The line took just under 4 years to build, and it was opened on Thursday the 30th of May when special trains ran between Nottingham and Derby for directors, shareholders and friends of the company. It opened to the public on the 4th of June 1839. I'm very pleased that today we've been joined by representatives of many of the Derby rail businesses. There's over 120 railway-related businesses in the Derby area, employing over 25,000 people directly in the rail industry and supporting many more. It's the largest concentration of railway-related businesses anywhere in the world. In and around Derby. And it's great that many of our friends from the Derby and Derbyshire Rail Forum can be with us today. And I'd now like to hand over to Justin Page, the Area Director for Network Rail East Midlands.
Thank you, David. Good afternoon to you all. I'm just going to say a few words. I think David has almost covered it all. But yeah, so 175 years today, the railway first arrived here in Derby, and today still very much a thriving part of Derby's history, but also its current business. The businesses, as we've heard, the collection of small to medium-sized businesses that support the rail industry here in Derby. So we look back 175 years, and then I look forward for the next 5 years and think, we have got a significant investment here in East Midlands, over £1.6 billion worth of investment. That's a huge sum of money. We're upgrading the Midland Main Line, we're electrifying, we're improving line speed, we're creating more capacity, more seats for a cleaner, greener railway through to 2019-2020. So for me, delighted to be here. We're looking back 175 years, but for me, very much looking forward for the next 5 years and all of the work we've got to do to improve the railway from the heart of the East Midlands here in Derby. So thank you for joining us today, and I think we're going to get on to the ceremony now of unveiling the flag. Thank you very much.
I'm delighted to have been asked to unveil the plaque which marks the first train journey from Derby to Nottingham. I think it's needless to say, Derby has played, the railways have played an important part in the lives of Derby people. And you only sometimes realize the value of something and how close something is to people's heart when the existence of that, whatever is dear to you, is under threat. And when the railways train making future in Derby was under threat, how Derby people expressed their feelings about it, and how they went about on the campaign to make sure we have train making capacity in Derby for our future generations, because there's hardly a family in Derby which has historically not had some sort of involvement with train making. Somebody's son, somebody's daughter, somebody's son-in-law, somebody's father. In the past, emotionally, they have been attached to working for making trains. And the skill levels which we've got, my understanding is that we are amongst the top 5% train makers in terms of efficiency, design, and what we can do here. And those were the words of the President, who I had a brief chat with, the President, I can't remember the name of, but the President for Europe and Asia. And he gave us very reassuring words that the train making future in Derby is really safe for some time to come. So I'm doubly delighted to have this opportunity to unveil this plaque, and with those words, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Thank you very much.
With the commemorative plaque unveiled, there was just enough time for some more photos to be taken, as well as some interviews, before everyone boarded the train. The train departed Derby almost to the exact minute that the original train 175 years ago had departed Nottingham. With Derby left behind, commemorative tickets were handed out on the train.
A commemorative ticket for the journey from Derby to Nottingham celebrates 175 years of rail. There you go, sit back and do enjoy the journey.
Yet more interviews were captured as the train sped its way across the East Midlands towards Nottingham.
This is Nottingham.
The train arrived on the newly refurbished Platform 7, where the Lord Mayor of Nottingham, Mr. Ian Malcolm, greeted the Mayor of Derby. The front of the train was sporting a 175 Midland Counties headboard, which was quite fitting. Nottingham Station was in the final stages of its £60 million refurbishment, and so the opportunity was taken to show the invited guests around.
If some of you would like to join John, he is the fount of all knowledge, I have to say, so if there are any questions that I don't know, but if you'd like to join John, David and me, we'll take you around the station and show you the new facilities that customers will be able to enjoy from Monday.
So the new large archway, which was recreated in the old style of the old station building. There's also toilets, waiting areas, retail units. We put this new canopy in, resurfaced this platform, which we did last summer.
Everyone gathered in the ticket hall where their predecessors had done so all those many years ago.
We've got it all structurally sound, and then we've cleaned all the internal brickwork and repointed, repaired it in place, and restored all of that, brought it back to its former glory.
Whilst the two mayors had their photo taken by the managing director of East Midlands Trains, the guests mingled and networked in the restored surroundings of the station building. So the guests made their way back onto the platform through the Edwardian Grade 2 listed building. While some enjoyed the refreshments in the first class lounge, others looked on at the BBC News crew who were doing a piece to camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to board the train. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we board the train, please.
With everyone aboard, it was time to depart. The Mayor of Derby got a privileged driver's eye view on the way back, and before long we were going through Trent Junction, the line to the left going down towards London and the line to the right going towards Derby. Back in 1839, the train reached a top speed of 30 miles an hour. Today, the trains go a lot faster.
Try and get up to 100 for you. Here we are, great speed of 100 we're allowed to do. We're nearly getting there. I mean, we're doing 70 miles an hour now. It doesn't really feel like it.
No.
So there we are, we're at 100, so we're now going to have to start braking. But it feels good for us.
What the instruction is, it was in platform 4.
You've got a meter on you.
Yes, tickets we're charging to get off the train, not get on it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Concept.
Does this ticket not count then? I've got one ticket.
On arrival at Derby, everyone thanked the organisers for making it such a wonderful and memorable event. It is interesting to ponder what those pioneers back in 1839 would think of today's modern railway. Although we do not know what the next 175 years will bring, we can look forward to an electrified railway within the next 5 years that will bring a cleaner and greener railway to the East Midlands.